So, what's up with this, and this, and to some extent this? Well, to put it simply, they're all alterations of the self and or mind control. So that begs the question, why does Splatoon have so much mind control? Hi, I'm Squid Kid, and if you've been to my channel before, you'd know that my favorite pastime is analyzing narrative themes and stories, specifically the ones I like. I'm an author in training, fanfiction writer, and general creative person on the internet. At least, I'd like to say I am. If my stuff interests you, drop a follow. I'd appreciate it a lot. Anyways, if you've been playing Splatoon for a while, you've noticed that all of the campaigns, except for Splatoon 1's, have an element of mind control to them. Hero Mode 2 had the Hypnoshades, Octo Expansion had Sanitization, Return of the Mammalians had Fuzziness, and if I'm right, Side Order is going to have something weird going on with the idea of coral bleaching. As someone who analyzes these stories of the pastime, I felt like I had something to say about this. It looks like a weird choice on the part of the developers to have so many of these weird mind control themes in their story modes, but if you look at what Splatoon's about, it actually makes a whole lot of sense. For a while, I thought it was just a cheap way to excuse why the Octarians and Octo Expansion weren't working for Octavio, or why Callie had suddenly turned evil, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized that it was entirely intentional. In my analysis video on Splatoon, I mentioned that one of the themes was the idea of older generations being stuck in the past, and how young people need to have the agency to take over and forge their own future. This is one of Splatoon's themes, but another very strong theme that Splatoon has is self-expression. The idea that you should and need to be who you are without restraint is a theme that may be subtle, considering I think it is strongest in the way Splatoon is formatted as a game rather than what is said in the narrative. However, it is there and it is present. In that way, you can see mind control as the antithesis to the idea of self-expression, who you are being changed and altered in accordance with someone else's whims and ideals. This is why I think coral bleaching is going to be an actual thing in Side Order. It definitely is strongly hinted at with the way Inkopolis Square looks, but I believe that it is an actual force that can affect the environment and individuals. I believe that Side Order is going to be the ultimate culmination of this mind control or alteration idea. Rather, instead of being forced to align with a person event or entity, those infected with coral bleaching are going to become nothing, a monochrome shell of the colorful inkfish they once were. In that way, I do think whatever is in store in Side Order is going to be a step up from what we've seen before. I also think that whatever we fight in Side Order is going to be more of a force, though I do think there's a strong likelihood we are going to see a return of Commander Tartar, but that is simply because Agent 8 appears to be in the trailer. I don't actually think Tartar is going to be the main villain of Side Order. I think he'll be an obstacle and a looming threat, but I think they're saving Tartar for something much, much bigger at this point. Possibly another DLC for Splatoon 3, as I think Splatoon 3 is going to have a longer shelf life and generally just be larger than Splatoon 2, since it looks like Splatoon 2 was cut rather short. That being said, the way mind control is handled in Splatoon definitely could be expanded upon. It is supposed to be the antithesis to Splatoon's theme of self-expression, after all. I would like to see it dwelled on just a bit more. We've never seen anyone break out of mind control besides Callie, and even then it was just sort of waved off as her being fine and everything being okay. Considering a theme of Splatoon is self-expression, it would be nice for someone to actually learn to express themselves. Not sure how they could do it, considering Splatoon's storytelling is very environmental, for lack of a better term. The actual plot points aren't really dwelt upon by the characters. It is mostly gameplay, and characters will often leave a campaign with a lot of questions just simply being unanswered. This isn't a bad way of telling the story, as it lets people speculate, and I feel like Splatoon is so successful in part because people fill in these gaps themselves. However, I do worry that it might eventually lead to holes in the world's logic. I'd really love a story-centric Splatoon side game. I think it could do a lot to show people Splatoon's rich world building, and that is often overlooked in favor of the multiplayer aspect. But yeah, TDLR, Splatoon has so much mind control because it is a way for the villains to be in opposition to the theme of self-expression in a very direct and forceful way. Thanks for watching. Sorry this was such a quick video. I wanted to get it out there. Later!